First of all, you're probably wondering why there's an extra 3 episodes in the title.
I know I sure am. Jordy, why don't you tell us why is there 3 extra episodes in from the title?
I sure will tell you. Christian, why don't you tell them?
I would love to, but Devin promised me he would do it instead.
And I promised you, but I'm going to let Brendan tell you why.
Yeah, so apparently we got the editor Dylan told all of us that there wasn't enough content in the original 3 episodes that was slated for this episode. So he also did not want to break up his schedule because these episodes have been laid out in advance for weeks. So he was like, squeak, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak. Which translates roughly to watch the next set of episodes as well. And there's a side thing here that says, and fuck Brendan.
That wasn't there.
I wrote that one.
Don't
was me. I wrote that.
Don't be blaming Dylan. Dylan ain't doing nothing wrong. So the point is here that there wasn't enough to talk about in the first 3 episodes. To give you the overview, Luffy runs.
A lot.
They open a few gates, and Luffy, and not 1, but 2 episodes. Luffy, they end the episodes with Luffy being surrounded in 2 separate episodes. I'm iffy on the 3rd, but 2 guaranteed. So we added another 3 episodes. Sorry if it's an inconvenience. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll live. They'll just see the title, and even if they're watching along, they'll just go, "Oh, well, I'll just watch another 3."
No, I'm sure the listeners don't care. It's just annoying for those of us who try to plan this shit out in advance, only to find out that the night before we're going to record, oh, hey, can you just throw like an extra 3 episodes on that list? No problem.
That's because not only did we increase the number of episodes, we're recording 4 days after we were initially going to record.
Yeah, lesson learned, don't record earlier in the week because people are way too drained.
You would think you wouldn't. Yeah, you would think you'd be nice and refreshed at the end of a weekend, but apparently
the beginning of the week is absolutely hell.
The weekend is just even harder on certain people here.
Certain people, not me, forgot. Definitely not me.
I just remember being in the chat waiting, and I'm like, so where is everyone at?
Me and Isaac showed up on time, and then we got the notice, and then it was like, all right, see ya. And actually, it was only me and Isaac for like a minute and a half because he showed up, went, where is everybody? I went, they probably forgot. I'm surprised we haven't heard from Jordy, though. And then like literally 2 minutes later, you went, right, record. All right, yeah, we're not doing that today. And so Isaac went, see ya.
We're here now. We came here to provide you entertainment. Isn't that right, Jordy?
Hooray.
Yeah, entertainment.
Look how enthusiastic he is.
Okay, where's the sheet at? I don't have my sheet up.
Man, what kind of podcaster are you not having a sheet?
Dude, I feel like we're actually really organized for what we do here with this hobby. Like, honestly, there's probably plenty of podcasts that have no fucking sheet.
Well, they're smarter and better people than we are, probably. We're big dum-dums that need everything structured for us so that we can't possibly fuck this up.
Here I go fucking it up again.
These things do be color coded for certain reasons.
Brendan stumbles over the summary.
Joe, you want to bet?
Justin forgets where he is. I don't know. This is a long summary. Odds are you stumble at some point.
You think I'm going to stumble? All right. Hold on now.
All right. Well, prove it then.
Don't stutter. Don't stutter once.
You better fucking believe I ain't gonna stutter. Okay, well, wait, hold on. All right, we ready for the summary? It's summary time, baby.
Wait. I want to make a game out of this.
Uh-huh.
What happens if you do stutter or stumble?
For every part that I stumble, I don't know. Why don't you guys come up with it? This feels like more of a you thing than a me thing.
All right, it definitely. Never mind me. Keep going. This game is dead.
He regretted it immediately.
Yeah, I don't have the energy to come up with something.
All right. Well, anyway, moving on to the summary. The assault on Eni's lobby has begun, and while it does take him a while, Luffy is now 1 jump away from reaching Robin. Unfortunately, he's been intercepted by one Blue Note from the bar. Meanwhile, Nami and the gang are following behind with the help of both Frankly family and Galila. They quickly blast through the thousands of Storm Trio.
Got him.
damn it.
Got him.
All right. Hold on. Let me reset this one. Hold on. Meanwhile, Nami and the gang are following behind. With the help of both Frankie family and Galley Law, they quickly blast through the thousands of Marines soldiers attempting to stop them. That's written in the script, boys. Written in the
No,
script.
but you said trio.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'll give you that. Whatever. Anyway, but that starter in the script, in the fucking script. Anyway, Robin is brought before the clown Sponda and learns that he's planning on spending everyone, including her friends. God, Jesus fucking Christ! Cut.
Don't you do worse when you want to do good? Just don't care. Don't care. That's the secret to it. Don't care.
You already fucked up once. It can't possibly get any worse.
Robin is brought before the clown Sponda and learns that he's planning on sending everyone, including her friends, to Impel Down. And the summary's gone.
Stop. So who did this? Which one of you?
Who do you think did it?
One of these idiots deleted the summary. This is an audio podcast. They don't even know what you did.
You just deleted it I mean, no, I was at the end of a sentence, but
It was basically at the end of a sentence, but it was funny nonetheless.
basically making her sacrifice null. But the true heart of the story here is of Oimo and Kashi. Soga King, who got left behind, learns that the two giant gatekeepers of Eni's lobby are actually former members of the giant warrior pirates. Oimo. Who the fuck wrote this name
All right,
down?
that one's on Jordy.
Yeah, you're a
Fuck that
fucking
one
idiot. Oimo explains that they're working to free their captains from the government. After hearing the story, Soga King remembers a similar tale his friend Usopp spoke of. In fact, it sounded pretty much the same. Turns out the Straw Hats already met their captains. 'Twas none other than Dory and Broggy from Little Garden. I wonder how they'll react now that they know the government tricked them.
Man, this is going to be skipping to the last episode we ended up watching, but man, I did not expect to end up with Dory and Broggy backstory in the middle of this
Agreed.
arc.
Brendan told you many times that Oda has a way of bringing back characters.
You're right, and I guess I shouldn't have been surprised in the end, and yet here I am feeling sorry for this giant we just beat up like 4 episodes ago. because he's related to Dory and Broggy.
Ain't that some shit, right? Once a throwaway goon, now my best friend.
I think that's the funniest part about introducing like random nonsense characters is every so often they'll have like a backstory that you actually somewhat give a shit about, and then you're like, wait a minute, no, don't be throwaway, please.
For any beginner writers out there, this is called character development.
It's called world building.
Yeah, I think it's more like world building. Feels a little bit more right here, but
There's a bit of both.
Sure. But I mean, it's fun though. I mean, it's, a world building element like that is fun. Having these two giants that we just met, having them instead of being just another obstacle for everyone to get through, be connected to a familiar story and have it even, what I'm assuming, play into the story even more, because I'm sure at least, what is it, Oimo? This one's Oimo, right?
yeah, Oima.
Oimo at least is going to get up and want to bash some skulls in. Maybe we'll even unnail Kashi from the wall and get him going too.
I think that was unnecessarily savage what they did to
Dude,
It
Kashi.
was. It really was.
So they supremely disrespected my boy Kachi over here with this one. They literally, they don't even really beat him in a fight. All they do is they cut his shoes open.
They staple his face to a wall.
Yeah, this poor dude.
And you guys like the shit, what's the number here? The 50-kilometer run that Luffy went on.
Yeah, where he pretty much ran up and down the entirety of every street in the entire Marine base.
So I assume that everyone just completely disliked the Luffy running through town, just beating the shit out of Marines then, huh?
I like certain points. I just didn't like the fact that it took up 3 episodes.
Agreed. It felt unnecessary.
I don't understand what what do you mean by taking up 3 episodes? It was just Luffy's side story while the other episodes played out.
That combined with the beginning of what you guys warned us about with the super long recaps. That makes for a whole lot of nothing that happens, and especially the first 3 episodes. The first episode we watched is like actually the worst one of all of them, which was crazy. I mean, it was rough. Like what? Because I knew you guys had warned us about it, and so I looked out for it. And the first 265 has like literally 6.5 minutes of recap, and then the 2-minute OP, and then you get to stuff you haven't seen yet at 9 minutes into the episode. So I was like, oh my god, is every episode we watch gonna have like 5 minutes, 6 minutes of recap? The subsequent episodes we watched, less recap, but altogether that was like so many minutes.
Habitually recently, I've been actually like skipping every like 30 seconds just to see if there's new material in the beginning, because I'm just wasting time just sitting here recapping. I literally just watched that shit happen 2 seconds ago. I could not imagine watching this live.
I do the same thing Devin does for the most part. I skip a few seconds, 15, 20 seconds forward, like, all right, that's stuff I've seen already. Oh, that's the beginning of the intro where they're riding on pigs or some shit. Time to skip 2 minutes ahead now.
What makes it worse is the recaps are almost the same every single episode, except for it feels like they elongate them, or like, I don't know, like they'll just like remove like the first part of the recap from the very first one, just like replace it with a little bit more of a recap from the last episode you just watched. It's giving me solid flashbacks to Naruto and the Itachi recap episodes.
Right.
Welcome to Shonen.
Yeah,
it's painful.
There's something I can say. I don't know if I should. But no, I'm good.
Are you sure?
A half spoiler. But don't worry about it.
A half spoiler.
Yeah, a half spoiler.
What do you got?
All right. Let me scare these kids real quick.
Oh,
there's an arc about 100 episodes where it's these first 3 episodes during those 100 episodes
where it's like 6-minute recaps. You mean longer?
Yeah, sure. Just the recaps.
Okay.
I mean, I know that there's plenty of recaps.
Get your J's on.
Well, all I'm going to say is I hope we're watching like 4 episodes or more during that time, because there's going to be fuck all to talk about.
We've discussed it that during that point, we are either going to switch to the manga or go to One Piece. Because we are not, I'm personally not watching those. Kill me before I can do that.
Again.
All right, let's continue with the plot. So yeah, the first 3 episodes are just running and then beating up gates.
Yeah. I'll tell you the actual reason that I really hate the first 3 episodes, though, is because we get this stupid fucking power ranking out of Chapapa.
Don't even get me started. Fukuro. Goddamn Fukuro.
This is the worst thing ever.
Yes. Agreed.
100% honesty, full transparency. This never comes up again.
Never.
I'm glad it does.
It's literally the most useless thing on the planet, other than to tell you which member of CP9 is the strongest, I guess.
Good. Because I was fully expecting the whole Straw Hat Pirates to like end up in a fight with Chapapa, and then we were going to get numbers for the Straw Hat Pirates, and I was going to blow my brains out.
No.
I was waiting for someone to go as a meme over 9,000.
I was literally thinking during that, like, of the Team 4-star abridged, like, you're like the level of 1 Raditz. Like, where they start using like, and I'm worth 15.
You know, the garbage shit aside, the power scaling is kind of intense. I believe it goes.
I wrote down the numbers. You wanna hear them? I'm gonna run down the whole lineup just for people who didn't listen to or watch the episodes. At the bottom, poor Khalifa, 630. At an even 800, Chapapa. At 810, we have the guy who wants to commit suicide all the time,
Kumadori.
Another 10 up at 820, we have Bruno from the bar, which is highly disappointing. Then we have Lucci's arch nemesis at 2180.
Yeah, it jumps.
A full 1,400 higher than Bruno from the bar. Then 20 above him is Kaku, the homie, at 2,200. And at 4,000 is Lucci. And then at 9 is Spanda. That was the only redeeming factor here, was that Spanda Man is less valuable than a common Marine.
You think this was just Oda going, what if I add a power level thing? And then like the editor was like, yeah, why don't you do that? Let's see how that goes out. And then the chapter went out and everybody was like, what is this?
What the fuck is this Dragon Ball Z bullshit?
Oda was like, and I never used power scaling levels again.
Thank God.
They even make fun of it in the show because the arch nemesis is like, the numbers are meaningless because it depends on the situation and what are we doing in a fight.
Yeah, so that's the real reason to hate those 3 episodes that we initially watched.
I am 100% behind you. I find that entire sequence to just be absolute and utter nonsense.
Worthless.
Has no reason to be in the story. The only redeeming quality is that with a normal Marine guard goon being worth 10, Spanda is worth less than a guard goon.
It's worth 9.
But going back to those CP9 guys. So I know we all hated Spanda, but how much do we hate Spanda though?
A lot. Spanda is just a worthless character. Just there's no business in this guy existing.
There's really no worth in like. I'm going to get no gratification from seeing his face get decked in.
Oh, you're not going to get any gratification?
No, I'll be happy when somebody finally punches him in the face, but I hope it's like.
I hope Usopp does it.
Yeah, I hope Sogeking comes by
my bad,
finally.
Sogeking.
Well, I mean, it could be Usopp too. We had some close calls here with like Sogeking's mask falling off and him kind of looking like Usopp underneath. It was
They
weird.
do look very similar.
Yeah, we got some confirmation as to what Sogeking looks like without his mask off, strangely. And I guess he must like really know what Usopp's stories are when he was hanging out with the crew or something, because he was talking with Uemoto and Kashi with no mask on, saying like, "Hey, no, like I know of your captain." That was really weird, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, surely Usopp ran down all of his tails with Sogeking, right?
Hold on, Devin theory coming in. What if Sogeking is the mask?
Oh, you mean like the hit 1990 movie, The Mask?
JoJo?
Oh,
The mask, yeah. Sure.
Like what if Sogeking exists inside the mask?
I'm now just imagining Sogeking going, Zawado!
So what I'm hearing is Sogeking's mask is a one piece.
Oh.
Ooh. Yep, I agree.
Hold on. So are you telling me that all this time Sogeking has been in the mask and no one other than Usopp has been wearing said Sogeking mask?
Yeah. Sogeking was dormant inside the mask, and he was just looking for the right person to come and pick him up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's why he's in your heart.
Yeah.
He was in my heart the whole time.
Oh my God.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
What else we have here? In the second half, the latter 3 episodes, we get
Content.
yeah, kind of.
There was some more stuff there to work with. Yeah.
The 2 King Bulls, they became Tinks.
I fucking love them.
Yeah. They're pretty badass. Sodom and what was the other one?
Sodom and Gomorrah, dude. What do you mean?
I forgot the other one's name. All right, look, he didn't have as much impact as Sodom. Sodom gave his whole life for them.
Bro, do you know of the biblical fucking thing?
No, I have no idea what this is a reference to.
I don't.
Oh my fucking God.
I know
All right.
about sodomy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know sodomy, but I don't think that's the same.
No, they are biblical names, Sodom and Gomorrah.
From Guardians
of the Galaxy.
God damn it. All right, because this was going to be one of my funny, stupid jokes. I figured, one of you screwballs would be a little bit more Catholically more.
No.
All right, so Sodom and Gomorrah were 2 cities mentioned in the book of Genesis and throughout the Hebrew Bible, the New Testament, and the Deuterocanonical books. Try saying that 7 times fast, as well as the Quran and the Hadith. So Sodom and Gomorrah were 2 very famous biblical cities that burned. There was an SBS question actually about Sodom and Gomorrah. that Oda was pressed on why he named them Sodom and Gomorrah, and they were just like, dude, did you name them for this for these cities because of a specific reason? Like maybe that they have like a backstory that relates to like their hometowns and where they came from, like being like completely obliterated by like mankind or something like that. And then Oda was like, no, I just thought they were cool names.
Yeah. He's right, at least.
So there you go. There's your fun Sodom and Gomorrah fact. I'm surprised that none of you have heard of them. I mean, I guess maybe it is a niche biblical little thing or whatever. But
Like if you had said if their names had been like Cain and Abel, then I'd have been like,
I guess they are cities. To be fair, they're not people, so that makes a little bit more sense. I did have one question though. So at one point when they're talking, you know, like because Robin's like super upset when Sponda mentions that he's going to totally arrest all the straws or whatever. You know, she's like, oh, that wasn't a part of the deal. And then Spondum goes like,
After allowing them to leave Water 7 safely as promised, the Straw Hats decided to come here.
Is this some kind of joke? You're going to break the heart of our agreement over ridiculous technicality?
I'm gonna assume you're trying to point out the technicality by which they made their deal in the part where they're allowed off of Water 7 safely. And then they are. So at that point, the deal has been, they've lived up to the deal, which I don't want to admit because I don't want the bad guys to have a good point.
I'll say it. I'm with the Marines here. They're kind of right.
No, I mean, they are right.
What I think would have been a little bit more interesting and would have hit home more was if they lied about being able to use the Buster Call.
oh, like if they never had the Buster Call at all?
That would be interesting.
I was going to pose the question, why do you guys think there aren't that many strong Marines at this place?
Because it's not supposed to be known.
This is more of a curiosity thing. There's no definitive answer.
I think this place is known. I think the Navy I think they specifically make a point to have more quantity over quality here, because most of the time when they go, nobody's ever busted in here because they know 20,000 Marines literally live here year round.
And it's never nighttime there.
Well, that's not like a fear factor here. Like nobody's going to stay away from the island.
Well, it makes it harder to infiltrate. That's the other reason.
Right. Sure. That's fair.
But that's the question I'd ask if I during the first time watching it, is like, why? How come there's no like more GARPs over here? Because I feel like at some point we're gonna get an admiral, but where, when?
Well, they're through the other side of the doors. Isn't that the thing? That's where the headquarters is. It's through the gates of justice. I thought.
You don't think there's one just chilling, like going out for lunch? And just
Maybe occasionally there's like a vice admiral here or something, but I don't think they make a point of it because really there's nothing here.
True. There's nothing to gain.
There's nothing here. Like pirates assaulting this area means nothing. The only thing they could do is like get through the gates, and what's on the other side of the gates? The underwater prison or more fucking Marines. Like there's no reason for pirates to come here. So I guess to answer your original question, there's kind of no point in stationing someone super strong here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Was that a point we said earlier where that all the strong people are on the front lines?
We've said that before, where like a lot of the strongest Marines are kind of spread out throughout the Grand Line because they have so much ground to cover.
Ocean
Ground to cover.
There's no ground. Ocean.
There's ground underneath the ocean.
But what if it was just ocean all the way through to the other side, Christian?
Oh my God. You just blown my mind. You have utterly destroyed me. What if you could swim from one side of the earth to the other?
Well, the Sea Kings would kill you first.
Well, you know.
What if there's just a massive Sea King that is the ground underneath, and that's why it looks like it's ground?
There's one giant Sea King that is the core of this earth.
Oh my God, son of a bitch, Jordy! Don't you be ooming me over there in the
side? You don't know.
Yeah, we'll never know. We don't know anything at all.
Raftel is just a giant ladder down to the core Sea King of the earth.
My God,
we got a little glimpse of Luffy and Bluno fighting.
Yeah, a whole episode titled Bluno from the bar versus Luffy, and it's literally the last 2 minutes.
And it's not even that much of a fight, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and it's also not a fight. He uses Gum Gum rifle on him. Bluno from the bar goes, oh my god, he wasn't this powerful before. And then he gets like kicked in the face through a pillar, and the fight is basically over already. I'm sure it's not. I hope it's not, because I can't believe we're doing Bluno from the bar like this. This is just utterly ridiculous. I know he was so that low on the power rankings, but like, come on.
You guys aren't going to question how Luffy's beating him up?
Well, I can only assume we're just going to refer back to Nami's words when she was talking to Iceberg about how now that he has something worth fighting for, he's going to go all out.
There's that, and there's also the small bit that Luffy is, in fact, gaining fighting experience as he travels. He's not the shrimpy little limpy dude from the beginning.
Right, but in between the first time they fought and now, all he's done is beat up a bunch of helpless Marines.
All his fights are always going to be him not knowing what to expect, him learning what to expect, coming back and being like, except for Crocodile. He lost twice there.
Right.
So I do have one question, though. So we got, I think, 2 new moves from Luffy in these episodes. One was the Gum Gum robot, I believe, when he turned
It
one
was,
of them.
Ally Robot or something like that. Yeah, that was great. Loved that. Give me more of that stupid shit.
Give me that dumb bit. And then he might have actually done this one. Was Yo-Yo a new move or an old move? Because he was in Gum Gum Balloon, but then he like went up and down on a stretchy arm and called himself a yo-yo or something like that.
I don't remember.
How do you guys see the wide version of Storm?
Storm?
It actually makes sense that it's called Storm now. Now I get it.
It's Gum Gum Gatling, but like 5 times bigger.
Yeah, it's the move that killed Crocodile.
Yeah. It was the last move used against Crocodile. And I never understood the difference between Storm and Gatling, even now. And, I was watching this on the rewatch or whatever, and I was like, oh, so it's like Gatling, but faster, so it looks even more like rain.
Yeah.
But my question, though, originally, so so Luffy's been saying up till now, and it's been kind of reflected on by not man, I forget his Polly for a second.
Polly.
It's been reflected on by Polly once or twice that Luffy's like, yo, I got a new move I want to try. Do we think we've seen it?
No.
What do we think it is?
I have no idea. I have no guesses what it could be, but I'm sure it wasn't Ally Robot or Yo-Yo.
What do you mean it's not Ally Robot?
So what do you
That's
mean?
a great fucking move!
Yeah, it is, but he's not going to use it on the CP9. Was he going to take control of Bluno from the bar and then, like, just fight Lucci with Bluno from the bar? Like...
All right, hear me out. Pinwheel 2.
Pinwheel 2.
Electric Pingaloo.
Luffy makes his moves based on shit he's seen. What has he seen? He's seen a train. You think he has a train move coming up?
Maybe. Gum Gum Front Crawl.
He's gonna eat a bunch of coal.
I'd say he'd do a Gum Gum Rocket a la Rocket Man, but he already does that.
Well, Rocket is just him, like, propelling himself forward most of the time.
What he's going to do is he's going to go, instead of saying iron body, he's going to go rubber body. And it's just going to be him doing normal him
That's
things.
a great bit. That's great.
What else are we talking about? Nami's nuclear tact.
Well, it's just stronger because it uses things.
Is that really all you gotta say about it, dude?
Damn.
This thing's broken as fuck.
It always was. What do you mean?
But like,
Now it just does it faster and stronger, apparently.
I don't.
This is what you want from your mage stabs. You want it to be using the spells quicker and do a lot more AoE.
That doesn't make it more amazing.
What?
It just makes it more
I will
powerful.
slap you.
It was fairly unimpressive. I'm not going to lie.
You guys are fools.
Wait, the new one is unimpressive?
She didn't even use a new move.
I mean, she didn't use a new move, but like,
Listen. It's not a new move, but it's huge.
Hold on. You're misunderstanding me here. I'm not bringing note of it because I suddenly think that she's growing as a character. I'm just like, I love how out of nowhere she has become and is slowly becoming even more of a glass cannon as time goes on. Out of nowhere, she can like ice Zoro and Sanji in a single fucking attack.
If you will let her spin those things, she will murder you. You gotta kill her before she kills you.
I was also more impressed by Kokoro just being able to deflect everything Nami did by sitting under an umbrella.
Yeah. Shout out. Well, the umbrella just absorbed everything.
Yeah, it grounded it.
Me and Brendan are just trying to get you guys, ready We told you before, Nami becomes the most broken
Yes,
character in the
I
series.
understand.
I'm aware that she's broken. Don't get me wrong. Wizards are always broken.
Trying to get you prepared. Don't be surprised when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be like, "Where did this come from?" We're like, "Remember all those 8 times we told you, hey, look at what she's doing. Look at this. Look at this."
She has that climate attack, which is apparently
I'll tell you what my favorite part of this whole Klima talk thing is when Soga King comes up and goes like, I don't remember putting on any of that, because Nami comes over and smacks him across the head and goes like, why is it so much more destructive now, or why did it do that, whatever it was she said, and Soga King like angrily is like, what are you asking me for? I didn't do that. I didn't put that. I didn't even mean to do that. I don't know what that nonsense is, to be honest with you.
I don't know why she's giving Soga King shit, because even if we as an audience member might be, sort of in tune with the fact that they are one and the same, at the end of the day, Soga King did not do anything to her climate attack, and Nami needs to respect that.
Yeah, Usopp's not in control right now. This is Soga King talking, and she should recognize that by this point.
Absolutely. Like, come the fuck on, dude.
That was the best part of the new Klima talk showing up.
The only thing I can really think of besides that is I just appreciate she's not blowing into the pole anymore.
Well, she only did that like twice, and then she realized spinning it was just better.
I mean, you don't know how to use your moves right away. You gotta learn.
I don't know how to feel about Lucci just waking up every day and wanting violence as his motivation.
Yeah, you like that, do you?
Well, I don't know if I like it or not, because on the one hand, I'm like, Lucci feels like a character that should have more motivation, but also he's been fairly like non-expressive, and so like I guess just wanting to kill things and have it be swept under the rug. He only takes these missions because he's like, I get to kill people a lot.
That was him trying to scare Spanda, man.
No, I'm sure Lucci enjoys killing.
Maybe.
I wish Justin was here so I could ask how he feels about that.
Justin would be like, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. He'll excuse anything Lucci does.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how Hatori feels about that. You think Hatori's out for blood too?
I'm pretty sure Hatori is just rage incarnate.
Okay, so a few questions. Do you guys think Luffy's going to be Bluno?
Yeah.
Yeah, without question.
Do you think Robin's going to go to Impel Down?
No.
Let's rephrase. Do you think that the Robin era arc is going to end here at Enies Lobby, or do we think that we're going to continue the chase potentially through to Impel Down?
If that is the case, I will hate it.
I don't feel like we make it to Impel Down here.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that we don't make it to Impel Down. Honestly, I'm not convinced that we even make it past this island. I don't think we even make it to Navy headquarters here. I'm pretty I feel like all of the fighting is going to end here.
I'm going to take the opposite stance. I think we are going to see it, and it's going to make me hate it a lot.
Why is that going to make you hate it?
Because this arc already feels like it's dragging on. Like the train section was already taking forever. In my opinion, the train felt like the whole the sequence between Water 7 to the train fight to wherever the fuck Enies Lobby now, and then we have to continue even further on into Empel Island, and then it's just, to me, it's like it's exhausting. So it's like, I want to, like, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we got a glimpse of Robin backstory with like a little quick flashback of her having drama. It's like intentionally hyping up, like, oh my god, when's Luffy gonna fight Lucci? And it's just like, it's too much like excessive buildup.
That is another thing we sort of glossed over here. We get another bit of Robin's past. We're getting small snippets, little by little.
Mm-hmm.
What we saw this time, she's sitting in the ocean. She's walking on water. What else? We saw a woman in white hair
with the flowers that coming from her as well.
Well, she disintegrated into the flowers that make up Robin's power.
There were a couple other characters that were flashed that we have been introduced to. Did anyone happen to like?
I'll be honest, I didn't scrutinize the flashback scenes a whole lot because they went by rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pause button, Christian.
I mean, you're right, but I reserved that for Panda Man. There probably weren't going to be any Panda Man in her backstory, so
watch Panda Man actually be there.
Yeah, don't make any assumptions there, Christian.
All right. Next week's 271 to 274. Hopefully
sure?
we get more people for that one. Yeah, actually, for this one, I am sure. Do we have any quotes? Because I don't got anything.
I got one. It's the moment when they launch the rocket train over the first gate, and they're like, "Are we sure this is gonna work?" And Zoro says, "Just leave it to pause luck," and they all
Very
freak out.
dramatic pause. Very long pause.
Yeah, there's a continuation of that one when they're in the air, and he's like, "Don't worry, I have a plan." And another pause, and he goes, "We're gonna fall."
We fall. And they're all just like, "I hate you."
You're the worst.
You fucking suck.
It worked out in the end, though.
Of course it did. It always
Of course
does.
it did. Yeah, of course it does.
I also love the bits of Chopper talking to animals again, like when he talked to the
Yeah, he's
Yagura's.
talking to Sodom.
Sodom and his brother Gamora were about to die in the belly of a sea king. The Frankie family showed up. They were rescued and told these fateful words that he still remembers. "Look, we're already full, so we're not gonna eat you." And from that day forward, the two brothers swore their undying loyalty to their savior, Frankie.
We get Sodom backstory.
We need Sodom backstory. Let's go, dude.
He did the Kobe. He just gave backstory out of nowhere. He's like, no one asked you.
Well, the Marines were posing literally no threat to him, so he was like, "I'm just gonna talk to my boy
Until they
back
were.
here." Well, you know.
Chopper's like, "What? That? You have a tragic backstory?"
Yeah, Sanji literally goes like, "I don't know why we needed that, but sure, go off, son."
You have other quotes?
I've got some. In the beginning of Luffy adventures of running around town and not progressing the plot, he gets up to a group of Marines, and instead of immediately fighting them, he just like casually walks up and he bows in front of them and he goes, "Excuse me, but will you please let me pass?" And then of course they say no, and then he goes, "Well, I asked," and then he just beats the shit out of all of them. There's a stupid bit when they're first assaulting one of the gates and a Marine is about to hit somebody. I don't remember who it was anymore, but he goes to hit them. Might have fucking Poochie's hair sticks out of his nose and he goes, "Whoa, bedhead's coming out of my nose." And then like Poochie comes and slashes him, and like, I don't understand what this shit is. Like, is this just this is just a super stupid bit that's happening?
Brendan, next time they do this, if they do it, we gotta look at the manga and see if Oda himself did this shit or this is an anime only thing. Because they're taking this bit a bit too far.
Yeah, I don't know how that one works, my guy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is like the hair thing like a devil fruit? Does he have a devil fruit?
No,
power?
surely he doesn't have a devil fruit.
This is entirely a bit.
Yeah, this is absolutely a bit. I'm gonna go that one hands down.
This is hard to describe for audience members who aren't aware. Poochie has this thing, a cowlick, right? That's what he calls it.
Yeah, a cowlick. Yeah.
It's a cowlick where when he fixes it, it appears somewhere else. And the first time it appeared on the other side of his head. Then it appeared on his arm, and now it's appearing on
it pokes through his hand that he uses to like push it down with, and then it just pops up out of the back of his hand. And now it's just randomly appearing in a Marine's nose as he goes to attack somebody.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't cracking up every time I saw it.
I mean, it's funny, but it's just like, what?
It's a certain level of meta humor where like they didn't have to do that, but they did it.
Yeah, why do we keep this? Has no relevance. It has no rhyme or reason. It just exists like Panda
I think
Man.
the animators
It's
did it
just
because they
there.
liked it.
Fine, honestly, it's fine by me. I just had to bring attention to it again. In 268, when Zoro and Sanji are arguing with each other again. Specifically, they're talking about how Zoro has a bounty and Sanji's a no-name in the eyes of the Marines. And he calls Sanji Pirate A, maybe even B, or at worst C. And then a Marine goes and attacks the train, and Sanji gets really worried, and Zoro goes, hold on now. Hold on, Pirate A. An attack like that's not enough to take her out. You're only Pirate A because you don't get something as obvious as this.
Nami's the main character. She's unlike you, Pirate C.
Yeah, he's basically going like she's an MC dog, like she's fine. And then lastly, the very last thing we hear at the end of these episodes in 270 is Luffy going to a collapsed Balloona from the bar on the ground. The world this, the government that. None of this is my problem.
I don't care about your honor or your government or any of that. You do what you want with that crap. All that matters is getting Robin out of here.
And then you cut to black.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
all. That's all we need. We just need Robin back. That's all we want.
Golden Ham.
I want to give it to the king, Gamora, and
Sodom. Oh, you want to give it to both of them?
well, I want to definitely give it to the one that got iced.
So who are we giving it to? I'm so sorry. What was the vote?
He wants to give it to both King Yagatables.
Oh, the Yagata Bulls?
Yeah.
They did the most work.
You know, I feel this. I can get behind this.
I'm not opposed. I like it. Sodom definitely deserves it at this point.
Your boy took a cannonball to the chest for this.
Yeah.
Watch him be all right after this, and then the fucking two giants ride them into the sun.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Right?
If the two giants got on top of the King Yagatables,
To go find,
Dory and Bragi back to Little Garden.
yeah.
Oh, now that's quality
Because
content.
they could fit.
Surely they can fit. I need it.
Mhm,
If that's
mhm.
not how this arc ends, then it's a waste of time. Why was I even here for?
All right, Jordy, what are we doing for the grab bag?
Oh, sleep.
Sleep.
All right. Say
All right.
less.
All right, say less.